Hi guys, Robert here with RiggsShield. In this video I'm going to describe how to adjust and install our universal mount that I'm including with every shield now. This mount is adjustable in several different ways. It includes the main body of the mount that the shield attaches to. Then it has a foot piece that is adjustable up and down. It's also reversible for different doors. A hanger piece that is adjustable up and down, and then this piece across the top is adjustable in and out to fit the top of a different thickness of door panels. The only tools you need to adjust this is a Phillips screwdriver. The screws are countersunk, and on the back they use a special nut that you can just hold with your fingers. And once you've loosened the screws, you don't have to take them all the way out unless you have to reposition the screws to a new hole. But once you've loosened the screws just slightly, you can adjust it an inch in either direction, up or down. If it requires more adjustment than that, you will have to take the screws all the way out and move it to the next hole. This mount was adjusted to fit the Ford Explorer door panel. This is one of the largest door panels I've come across. And you can see that the mount fits fine. No problem adjusting it to fit that. I've also chosen to show you the Ford Expedition. The Ford Expedition is very similar to a lot of the SUVs that I've found out there, in that the top of the door panel is very short compared to some of the sedans like the Crown Vic and the Dodge Charger and all that. They have a much taller door panel, which allows the shield to stand straight up when it's mounted and still be below the top of the door panel. On the Chevy Tahoe, this Ford, the Ford Explorer, the Ford Excursion, you have choices you have to make. If you're going to have the shield either stand vertical, which a lot of guys are liking that because you still have a little bit more room here for your elbow. I run it in my Ford Explorer as an undercover vehicle. I run it slanted and sits down over the armrest. That way the top of the shield is still level with the top of the door panel. That way you can't see the shield so much from the outside of the vehicle. But this is the way that I ship the shield to you. It'll have the mount attached to it and adjusted all the way into its smallest way that I can adjust it. That way you can it ships easier. When you get it, you'll take the mount off the shield, figure out exactly where you want it in the vehicle, and then you'll just have some adjusting to make or to do in order to fit the mount to the door. I'll go ahead and make some adjustments on this one so that it fits this Ford Expedition, and show you how that's done as I'm making the adjustments. On this particular door panel, I'm going to have to lower the top piece, the hanger piece, down quite a bit in order to have this stand straight up. The foot piece is already adjusted all the way up and is set fine. If I was going to reverse it and have this hang over the armrest, I would remove the foot piece, reverse it, and put it back on the other way. And I have choices there. I can either turn it, keep it the direction it is as far as the bend, or I can even reverse it and put it further up to where the bend now comes up here, allowing me to get this even further down and hook that bent on top of the armrest. As it is, I'm going to take out the 3 screws. This third screw that's in the middle is actually only used when you have this hanger piece adjusted way down here, because these screws start to get so low on the mount that there's a little bit of play on top. So I've added this third screw just for door panels like this, where this hanger piece is very low. Basically, you're going to have that on the Ford Expedition. You're going to have that on the Chevy Tahoe, where this part just gets very low and you need that extra support to hold the shield straight up and down. So in this case, I'll just take the screws out. I'll go ahead and pause the video and come back. Okay, now I have the hanger piece off, and all I'm going to do is loosen these screws set it. It gives me quite a bit of adjustment on that. That actually has about 1.5 inch adjustment there. And I also have a second piece that I offer if you have the Chevy Tahoe, the one I've found so far that has a very narrow top of the door. So that's what these extra holes are for here. And then I have another bent piece that I can send you that is smaller, allowing this to clamp up even tighter for the top of a real narrow door. You just have to contact me and ask for those pieces. But just set it on top of the door, squeeze it down to where this is straight, and just snug these screws for now. Now you've got the hanger piece set. Take your mount, set it up here, and just look through these holes and see where you're going to have to install the screws. So in this case, this is all the way down. I'm going to be picking up these bottom two screw holes here. So once we identify that, we'll pull it back off and reinstall the screws. Okay, now this is a perfect opportunity to show you where these 4 holes come into play. If you see, because I've got these screws so far down on this mount that if I was to put it on there, there would be a little bit of a play. So you install the 3rd screw in the highest hole that you can in order to prevent the center of this mount from pulling out when you have to adjust it so low. On most of your sedans, it's not even a factor. You don't have to use these at all. In fact, that slotted hole will be above the top, similar to how the mount is on the new Ford Explorer. The slot is actually above the top of the main mount piece. Okay, once all the screws are reinstalled, just leave them loose for the final fit so that you can still adjust the hanger piece up and down. Reinstall it back on the door. Once everything is set and it's looking good where it wants to sit there on itself, it's supporting its own weight, go ahead and tighten the screws down, just snug. And now is when you're going to install your Velcro. Remember, the Velcro I'll ship to you, it won't be applied to either the mount or, of course, your door. Remember to install it with the soft part of the Velcro on the door. That way, if you ever need to drive the vehicle with the mount off, it won't irritate your skin having the rough part of the Velcro on the door. But just look where the mount is touching the door and apply 2 strips of Velcro. So on this case, apply 1 across the foot and 1 across about the midsection here, and that would be plenty. The Velcro is just there for the shear motion of when you're drawing the shield off. It actually doesn't hold the shield in place. It's just so that the mount doesn't come off with the shield when you draw it. One last detail. I was talking earlier about the different top piece that I offer for the Tahoe or any door that has the thin top of the door frame. I also offer a different foot piece that is necessary on the Tahoe, because the Tahoe has a slanted armrest. So on that one, you actually end up mounting this on here at a little bit of an angle, and the shield actually sits down into the handle where you would hold to close the door. So on that particular model, you're going to have to specify so that I can give you this different foot piece for the shield. But please call me if you have any questions about the mount or the shield, and I'll be glad to answer any questions. So again, thanks for watching, and please be safe out there.